And it's like that. Positive energy. Calm, 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 calm. Positive, positive, calm, calm, calm. Yeah, calm, calm, yeah. You can't see me. Might sound hard than a trap, but I ain't gonna talk no gibberish. I'll talk facts about how we've all been lied to, but we don't care about that. Constant distractions, all setbacks with iPhones and iPads, all that crap. Can't get rid of it, even though at times I'm a hypocrite, struggling, but I never tell myself I'm gonna quit. League of my own, I'm hardly seen around of that ghost. Third eyes open like nobody knows I'm crazy. The most people don't know, so I speak my mind, just that's what I chose. When I talk real talk, then I expose, cause I got a lot to say, cause I know not just that, the feelings inside most. Like, it's positive energy. I'm about that positive energy. I know that positive energy, that's what I'm bringing, and that's what I'm meant to be. It's all about positive energy. Yeah, positive energy. Yeah, positive energy, that's what I'm on, and that's what I'm meant to be. I'm about that positive energy. I know that positive energy. I'm like positive energy, that's what I'm bringing.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Ross Barnett Show. We're here, we're live, we're direct, Bristol, stand up. This week's special guest is man like, yeah? I got a secret. All right, now, louder. Man like Pat Hart. What you saying, Pat?
How you doing? You good?
Welcome to the show, bro.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, innit? Make sure we got everything working nicely. Levels seem to be coming through. Yeah, we got you on the show, man. This is like Bristol alumni when it comes to media and a whole heap of things. Business, radio. This guy's a heavy hitter still. What? Yeah, music, everything. You've been
nice now.
Nah, I've been doing mad research, bruv. I'm like fully tuned into Pat right now, innit? Like, I've done mad research, and I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, bruv. The more things I've seen, I'm like, bruh. Like, you're accomplished, but we'll get into that. And in fact, I feel like, boy, and I've been cheeky the last couple shows, because what I've been doing, bruv, is I've been kind of like welcoming the guests, and I need to find a way to kind of salute you and the guests at the same time, because you're obviously like the right hand man, innit? Like you're riding shotty, or maybe I'm riding shotty. I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're riding shotty.
Yeah, I'm riding shotty in the baby seat, innit?
Strap him in.
Have your time on the yellow pages.
What are you saying, broski?
What am I saying? I'm saying that my over 35s veteran team have won the league finally.
Yo, life.
Played against a team called Cleveland. Cleveland something, I don't know. It don't matter.
Okay.
Because we beat them. They had a lot of ringers in. I'm not gonna lie. They had a lot of ringers in.
Yeah.
And they went 1-0 up, and then we beat them 6-1.
Go on. So what position was you playing?
I had to play centre back. I usually play up front because my nickname on the streets.
You know this is a lie, innit, Pat? You can just tell. Is your nickname on the streets?
My nickname on the streets and on the football pitch.
Yeah.
Is Zlats. That's what they call me, Zlats, as in Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh, okay.
On the basketball court, for all my basketball followers out there, big sexy, you know why.
Nah, we don't. Why don't you tell them? Playboy?
I look good and my moves are smooth and silky.
Smooth and slow, more like. I remember them days, bro.
Oh yeah, I forgot you used to watch us.
Yeah, what are you chatting about? He's across you over like crazy, fam. In between your legs and all that, just going through.
Whatever.
Anyway, maybe that sounded a bit strange.
I'm aching anyway after football.
All right, cool.
That's me. I had an audit. I've had an audit, which wasn't very stressful. That's been my week so far.
Yeah, you're live, man. You're nice, bro.
Yeah.
You're nice.
I know I'm nice. I just to be told that.
Yeah, cool, man. Cool.
It's like a tennis match.
Yeah, it is. And you know what, Pat? We need to we need to kind of come up with a solution so that basically guests can kind of just not have to keep swinging their head like a pendulum back and forth. But
That's cool.
I don't know. We'll get there. I want to say big up to everybody who's tuning in. Shout out to Abba. What you saying, Abba? I spoke to you earlier, blood. Big things coming from you, so big up. Shout out to Blazy. Shout out to Shirley. Big up to Dan as well. Stacy. Boy, we see all of you people coming in, man. So thanks for joining us this evening. I hope everybody is good. Please remember to share the show, guys. Get them views up. Let as many people as possible know what's about to pop off on the Ross Barnett Show.
I see you there as well, John Cannons. I got to say something, John Cannons, because he's blowing up.
Okay.
Shabba Barnett and all this. Big up John Paddy's. Cotton School, best school around. Cotton Grammar.
Jesus.
Sorry, I just put that in there.
Okay.
Cotton Grammar, best school.
Nah, they weren't. Shout out to Kite Usherwood as well. Big up to everyone who went to Barnum Road. And from a senior school perspective, it's about Fairfield all day, innit? What school did you go to, Pat?
Oh, in Bristol, I went to St. Bernadette's.
Oh, okay.
Catholic,
Yeah. That's far away, innit?
Whitchurch,
Okay.
and then St. Brendan's after.
Okay. It might explain why you're such a decent guy, because you didn't come from like the low life schools that we.
I had no choice for that.
Yeah, nah, I'm kidding. All right, so I think what we're gonna do this week.
My
And
mic is
your mic's low. Okay. Let me give you some more volume,
Sorry,
brother.
he's trying to sabotage me again this week.
Nah, I'm not. I'm actually not. I'm trying to do my best. Every week, people complain about the technical side of things, and I've told everybody on numerous occasions I am not a technician, but I've by default been the guy who sits next to the laptop and the sound stuff. So I get all the heat for it, but it's not really my forte. Barnett is supposed to be sourcing a sound guy.
What happened a couple of weeks ago? You changed mics, right?
Yeah.
And the guy you were talking to, he was quiet.
Yeah.
And then you gave him your mic, and he was quiet again.
Strider.
So it probably was. I was watching it. What
Yeah,
happened?
it was Strider, yeah.
Do you know
And he was
what?
quiet again, and you kept changing the mics.
Do you know what it is? Yeah.
New to me.
Yeah.
He had a quiet voice.
Yeah, he just had a quiet voice, and we're trying to find a solution. I don't know, but you know, your background's radio, so you know about the whole live dynamic of trying to get it right first time.
Is the button down?
Which button?
Because they're saying that Pat's mic is low as well, and this happened with
Jesus
Strider.
Christ.
We know what he's doing now.
All right, look. How about now? How about now, guys? Let us know.
All of you
Let us
guys
know.
out there that don't know, Rowan's about 3 foot, so he has Napoleon syndrome, or he's got to be heard. So he does this so he could be heard.
But don't say that. I think he's taller than me.
No.
Is it?
I think so.
Oh, okay.
Maybe a little bit.
I knew there's something.
Amazing,
Yeah,
though.
Pat. Yeah, Pat.
That's why
Man.
he's so happy.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, I am happy. Trust me. Based on the research I did. Boy, what did I say to you? Like when I linked Barnett earlier when we was coming down there, I said I'm looking forward to this show, innit, because genuinely, like looking at a lot of the things that you've accomplished in your past, I was like, wow, like Pat's done a lot, and I kind of felt like I'm late because the amount of things that you've done in this city, I'm thinking, how comes I don't know more about what you've done? Do you know what I mean? But we'll get into that. We'll get into that anyway.
See, I can't help it. I'm watching the green line. I'm watching the green line on all the kit to see.
Yeah,
Speak
so
up.
this-
Let me see. Let me check your green line.
Mic check.
No, the
You're
sound
low.
level's good.
Overload.
The sound level should be good, man. I don't know. Move the mic closer to your mouth or something. I don't know. Put your lips on the mic, Barney. Put your lips on the mic. But look, all right, we're gonna get into this, man. You know what I mean? We're just gonna roll with it and just see how we move from there. So yeah. So Pat,
Yes.
your name's Pat Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You were born in Kuwait City.
He's been doing his research this
In
one.
Kuwait.
Yeah.
You're the first Kuwaiti person I've ever met, bruv. So
I'm not really Kuwaiti, but that's where I was born because that's
Okay.
where my folks were. So that's where I
Okay.
was born. I'm a little brother. 3 brothers born in Kuwait,
Yeah.
1 born in England.
okay,
In
so
Nottingham.
what's your ethnic background?
My ethnic background is Anglo-Asian, so part English, part Spanish, part Indian. So
Right.
that's the mix. A lot of people thought I was Caribbean, so when I go Dominica,
Yeah.
people are going, "What island are you from?" or my wife's family are going, "Oh, what island is he from then?" And I'm going, "I'm not. No,
Okay.
not a Caribbean island anyway."
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Nah, that's cool. So you came here when you were 12, 13?
I was 3 when we came to England, and 13 when I came to Bristol. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So my research hasn't been that on point, but hey, we'll
It's
get there.
cool. It's good.
It's not too bad, though,
No,
is it?
it's good. It's
not
good
too
so
bad.
far.
It's not too bad. Okay, so you've come to Bristol.
Mm-hmm.
Did you grow up in the Whitchurch part of town?
No, Bedminster.
Okay.
So I grew up in Bedminster, and yeah, got into a few fights first days in school. I couldn't understand what people were saying,
Yeah. Okay.
the Bristol accent.
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
so went to St. Bernadette's in Whitchurch, but grew up in Bedminster in Southfield. So we knocked around with a mix of the big Sicilian population in Bedminster, Southfield, the Vieira family, Quaco, all the African boys as well. So it was a big mix around a skateboard park in Dean Lane. So that's where I kind of grew up. Yeah.
Okay. Do you know what? I'm not really too familiar with Bedminster, like, history. Barnett, do you know people from that side of town?
No, it's not somewhere where I venture, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
It was safe, mate.
It's
it was
just
safe.
somewhere where you just didn't, your parents wouldn't allow you out of certain areas. Like,
Yeah.
when I got to probably 14, I was allowed to go to St. George from
Right.
Montpellier.
Yeah.
To go to St. George because that's where I did basketball training.
Yeah.
And then as I got older, I was allowed to go to different boroughs
Okay.
in Bristol. And Bedminster, the only time I remember going to Bedminster is to go and see my sister and some of the things like that. I didn't see any people of colour over there.
Really?
Yeah, and it was kind of scary.
Well, there wasn't in comparison to in the city.
Yeah.
But if you knew people, everyone stuck together.
They were
And then
stuck
we'd just walk across the bridge and go into town.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you spend time in town.
Okay. Yeah, man, it's funny, like, I think when you grow up, like, being from the inner city, you have got that perception that these areas are kind of like no-go zones for people from out. That's how I felt about things. And I always kind of felt like these areas were really, really far away. Like, now that you drive, you realize, oh, it's just a 10-minute drive this way or that way. But the perception was, boy, like, you don't want to be going to those parts of town.
Turn my mic up because Matthew's kicking off now.
Turn your mic's up full blast, bruv. You need to talk into the mic, man. Say it with your chest, bruv. Man got big beard and all that, and you're just talking like a baby up here.
Magsy!
Magsy, how's that? Magsy.
Go and check that lead in the end. See, I can't help it. I just want to be
Nah.
a
Just
technician and that.
do what you need to do. I'll tell you what, yeah, let's swap mics. We're going to do this live.
Right.
Oh, you don't want to do it?
No, I don't want to do
All right, cool. You think I'm going to sabotage your team, bruv? I'm not.
Magsy.
All right, so what was your entrance into, like, media? Was it music or was radio? What was your first outing?
I reckon it was when I was really little. There was, what was the station? Radio West, I think it was. There were some pirates and whatever.
Yeah.
And so when I was 16, I think it was, you have them little competitions. Do you want to be a DJ for the week and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah.
And so I remember, I think I wrote off for that. And so that was the first time I was on.
Yeah.
And then after that would have been in Bedminster still.
Okay.
We had, it was like a youth club in the Catholic church, and then it moved in a crypt on Coronation Road.
Yeah.
So we had this little posse. We had people like Bungie, Tricks, all the people that used to be True Funk Posse.
Yeah.
And so that was the first bit into music.
Yeah.
And then from there, there's a guy called Tristan B, who had a show on the BBC, but it was like a hip-hop show.
Yeah.
Called Roadblock. So we got involved with that. So I was young. Yeah, maybe 17, 18, something like that. Yeah.
Okay. And then at some stage you formed. So that was the Cryptic Crew, right? That was the original.
You're doing his research properly, ain't he?
Original. Man, I got to step up the level. Like when I got people like you on, I got to step up the level. So that was the Cryptic Crew. And then was it kind of following that you went on to form the Freshblood Crew?
Yeah, so what came out of it, so what we did in the youth club, instead of all the pool tables and stuff, we bought decks, Technics.
Okay.
And we used to have these little jams, and then we put on, you two ain't old enough to remember the Wee Papa Go rappers. They was like this, they were like these two, it was like Salt and Pepper but UK.
Yeah.
So they had like a few top 10 hits, so we brought them to Bristol.
Yeah.
We brought a load of reggae artists down to Bristol as well, London Rhyme Syndicate, whatever, and we put on a gig at the old studio, right? It's not there no more. And Dan Ratchett performed with us.
Yeah.
And so he performed on stage with us, and then after that we started doing more stuff, and then I don't know where the name come from, but yeah, so then we was Freshblood Crew.
Freshblood Crew.
And that was with Ratchet in it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of year was that founded?
It's got to be 80, 89 maybe, 88, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 9 too. No, yeah, it's got to be it's got to be 88 or 89, something like that.
So it's early. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And where did your love of music come from? What is your inspiration for music, for what you're doing, for what you started with the Freshblood Crew and the Cryptic?
I think it's from growing up, because when I grew up, we were what are called Anglo-Indians, right? So it wasn't as though the family came from India, moved here. We was Catholic by religion.
Okay.
And then back in the day, I mean, a lot of people have seen this on TV, you know, the whole partition thing, partition 70. So that's when my parents moved. And so if you was Anglo-Indian, you was normally Christian and pretty English. My parents were kind of like, used to speak like they was English, like my aunties and that. And so even though they had accents, they would say things, I'm not going to do the accent, but they would say, you know, us British, what they did for those Indians and all that. And I go, Auntie, you're not British. But we grew up like that, and so we didn't grow up with any kind of Asian culture.
Yeah.
So the first thing you do, you're watching TV, you jump onto Third World, Jackson 5, Bob Marley.
Yeah.
From sport, you jump onto Brazil, Muhammad Ali.
Yeah.
So anybody of colour, you'd follow.
Yeah.
And so the influence really was from that music. And then I used to write, my mum used to call it poetry, right? She's passed now, and she used to say to my friends, oh, Patrick's wrote this poem. I go, Mum, what are you doing? And like, she'd get my little book and like start reading my poems.
Yeah.
But I would kind of like recite them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went to watch a film called Wild Star, which was in King's Square. And I remember all of us piling in. Everyone said, there's this film, Wild Star.
Yeah.
And then it's the same cinema that used to show all the old Bruce Lee films
Okay.
late at night. So
Yeah.
we went to see Wild Star. And that was it. For me, it was like the dance, the graffiti, the pop-in, and all the hip-hop. So that's what kind of properly got me in.
It seems a lot of our musicians from Bristol,
Yeah.
that is something that they bring up all the time, is that Wild Star.
Yeah.
All the time.
I think because that was a film that kind of, like, for hip-hop culture then, that was the definitive film of that time, right?
Yeah, it was.
There was nothing else like that. Like, you had Fab Five Freddy, that was, you had Ice-T, he was like in a battle rap in that film as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, that film was pretty iconic still.
And it was because there was nothing else.
Yeah.
There was nothing anywhere, not on the TV. You had, well, I can't remember, but half the comedians and that, it was like racist and whatever.
Yeah.
So you go and see someone like Wild Star,
Yeah.
it kind of inspires you because it's got, all the music that you love.
Yeah. Big. Okay. So, hold on. I'm just conscious of these comments, yeah. And people are saying that the volume is bad. So, what's the volume like now, peeps? Is Barnett's volume all right? Because if it's not, I think we should just change mics, bruv. To be honest with you, It's changed.
People tune in to listen to Big Sexy.
They do.
I'm here. Can you? How's it sound now?
You can hear that. Listen to that. Look.
Wow! Look at that.
Yo.
He's proper loud now.
Yeah, brilliant.
We're working with it. I don't know. I think it's alright. Anyway, it says Barnett is off. I don't know. Anyway, look.
Anyway.
So, Barn, you're gonna have to conduct the rest of the interview, and I'm gonna read the comments.
No, but you're on. I'm looking. You're on. I'm sure you are. You're on.
No, we're cool. All right, so.
I just want to ask this. About a poem featuring Charlene Downer and and Sabrina Edwards, two of the meanest girls back in the day. Not as in meanest, as in horrible, but
They were popular girls.
they were popular
at the
girls
time.
back in the day.
And they were in that poem video, and that was where Pat. Yeah, be careful, Pat.
No, I don't mind.
Pat was looking like a Mac in that video. I'm not gonna lie. That was you're sitting in the middle. There's a scene. I'm sure you're like on a sofa, and you're like sat in the middle, and you've just got these two girls either side of you. Do you remember that video?
Yeah, I didn't direct the video though. I was
Okay.
just in the video.
Okay.
But those were the days, when people tell you, right, sit here, this is what the scene will be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the directors, and sometimes you feel like an idiot to do it. It's a bit like when a newspaper comes and they say, oh, could you stand and do this?
And it's not natural.
Yeah, so from those days I thought, I'm never going to be in a position that I don't want to be anymore. I'll just do it as I want to do it. But yeah, I remember the video.
Yeah, it was a good video. It was a good video. There was a few. All right, we got to talk about The Secret, really, because that was the first video you guys did, right?
Yeah.
So, and that video, like, for people who haven't checked it out, go and look on YouTube, Freshblood Crew, The Secret. There's mad cameos. Basically, there's like 80% of the youths from St. Paul's are in that video.
Yeah.
Shout out to my like Tavis, innit? Tavis is in that video as well. dancing up a storm, yeah?
See,
Dancing up a storm.
I always wondered where them kids went because it was called. Where was it? It was the Albany. It was called
Albany.
Is it still the Albany Centre?
Yeah, Albany Centre.
So we filmed it there, and then we filmed it in Kingswood Park in the old bandstand.
Yeah, okay.
So
That's why I was trying to work out where that was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Kingswood Park.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So yeah, that video was, I mean, who else was out at that time though?
I'm trying to think. At that time, I remember we did some events in Kingswood and we did some events in Eastfield Park.
Okay.
As well, massive big festival. We brought PM Dawn to Bristol. I remember, and that was a thing called Bristol Safe Music.
I remember that festival.
Yeah, and
Is that the only
was
time
us.
PM Dawn came to Bristol?
Yeah.
I remember that time. Yeah. Eastwood Park. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think who was out. So PM Dawn, and there's a lot of like UK hip hop, kind of like We Free and all those types of groups
Okay.
that would have been around. But the whole thing at Secret, it was filmed on film, and there's a guy, I don't know if he's still around, Bandali, who filmed it for us and then disappeared, left us with a film.
Yeah.
So we had to get it edited. But we have people like Chrissy Chris, who's now Kinsman from 3PM, a crew called the British Young Guns, who was on our label at the time. And they had a tune that topped the British hip hop charts called Becky Get Wrecked. And some of the Freshblood boys as well, and just a selection of people. So it was a nice, and my cousin Paul Jennings on the vocals. So it was a nice kind of, it was like a positive tune.
Yeah.
And I remember it going on. Do you remember when the box was like everybody?
Yeah,
in the box?
yeah.
And this is me, the day that the video's gone. This is me phone up, pick the video, phone up again. But actually, and it wasn't just from my phone. The first 2 months it was on, it was the most popular video on the box for the first few months across the country, and it was 6 minutes long as well.
Yeah.
So for us, it was exciting. Do you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it was. The thing, do you know what's crazy is that my brothers are on there and everything, and they never told me about that. They kind of kept me away from the video because they knew I would have been the main guy. Tavis would have got pushed to the side, and I would have been doing the dancing.
Wow.
That is crazy.
I would love to see them now. I'd like to see pictures of them now. Because we're doing a new album, so it would be amazing to get some of the people that was on that original Secret video.
Yeah.
That would be
including Kinsman as well.
Yeah.
And do a tune with all of them on.
I'm sure we can tell. Well, we can tell everyone and everyone. I sent the video to a few people. I got a few bad words back, especially from Tavis, because he was wearing a shirt that looked way too big for him.
Yeah, he was.
And he was doing like a running man thing. I didn't even know if it was a running man.
At the time, it was good.
It was good, Tavis.
The guy that was editing it used it a few times in the video, didn't he?
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
The video's called The Secret, so go check it out. So one of the other things that struck me about yourself is that you're a label owner, or you were a label owner. So how did that kind of come about? What made you decide to start a label?
Well, anyone who's in music now would even know. Trying to get your music to the labels is a nightmare. Is a nightmare. And we had, I mentioned Tristan B earlier. He was like our manager, so he would take us up to London, to all these different places, and we go into WEA, Sony, and he'd go dance, sing, and I used to feel like an idiot. You go to these parties, where these so-called famous people were there, and we wasn't really into all that, Coke and it wasn't our thing. And so we never really fared. And then we were going to sign with Warner. I remember we did a gig at Gold Diggers in Chippenham with we supported De La Soul.
Okay.
And I'm not going to mention any names, but somebody said, "Do not sign with Warner. You know who you are.
Okay.
Do not sign the deal with Warner, right? I'll get you a better deal, I promise you."
Yeah.
So we didn't sign because we trusted the person, and then we never got another deal. So what we did, we said, let's set up our own label. We didn't even know what barcode was. The first the 12-inch single, we actually took it from a packet of cheese and onion crisps because they said you need a barcode. So we cut it, took the artwork, and we glued the labels ourselves. I remember then took them to this place called Jetstar that used to be like the home of reggae music and soul.
Yeah, I remember Jetstar.
And they distributed the music for us.
Wow.
And we were shocked. The first track was a cover of the Lionel Richie, Easy, with Dan Ratchet on it. That was our first single.
Yeah.
And we had a number after. But so that's why we started a label. And then more and more artists would come in and say, well, can we be on a label?
Yeah.
And in those days, the way you would run is that you'd have your little security, because everyone had security. So these days it would be you.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be you, would it?
Yeah, nah, it wouldn't be me.
Nor me.
It wouldn't be me.
Maybe not Courtney out there as well, yeah.
Yeah.
So you'd have like your security, and people used to like the way it all ran.
Yeah.
So the way we were, if we had £400 for the gig and there was 10 of us, we would literally, apart from the petrol, we would just share it equally. There's nothing underhand.
Yeah.
We just say, look, this is the money.
Yeah.
And I think everyone liked it, so everyone wanted to be part of it. So for a few years, we released a lot of music, travelled around. So it was good for us.
Yeah.
We didn't make millions, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was a buzz, and you got your music out.
Yeah. No, which must be great, hearing your own music being played and that must be great, yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, 850,000 units you
But
sold?
in those days, though, we had our own studio, right?
Yeah.
Before Basement.
Okay.
And
in Sefton?
So before the Basement in Sefton, we had like the Freshblood Studios in Brisbane, which isn't there anymore. It's, what is it? It's Sainsbury's now, I think. But there used to be a big centre there, and that was where our studios were. So we put our money into that, and kind of looked after a lot of people, so it wasn't really a profit thing.
Okay.
And so that's where a lot of money went, and then we used it to buy one of the Sandsville record shops in Kingswood, which meant we got that from George and the family, the Cazarises.
Right.
So we took the record shop there. But it was an exciting time, but I was kind of a reluctant, people would go, oh, can we have your autograph? And Dan would be stood next to me, I go, no, you can have it. Dan would love it.
Yeah.
All right, Rach? Yeah. So he'd like signing it, One Love and all that. And I would kind of stand at the back, being a bit, I don't know.
I know you feel, Pat.
Really.
I know you feel.
Yeah, you just...
Yeah. Get it all the time.
There you go.
Yeah. When I'm with the kids and the wife asking for selfies and...
So what do you do? Just say to the wife, look,
I just say...
He loves it.
I just say, my wife looks at me, she rolls her eyes. My daughter kind of looks at me and flicks her hair, walks off with my wife, and my son just stands there like, my dad's famous.
Like, you know,
he's made it.
He's dad, isn't it? He loves it. He loves it. I'm more like you. But he's dad. He's like sending me selfies that he took with fans and all that. So yeah, he's big in the life. He loves the life. So.
Me taking selfies with fans. Are you a fan?
It's my wife that gets all the autograph things anyway, so Sherry always gets everyone saying, oh, Sherry.
Yeah.
So I just stand back anyway. I bought you a present actually, but I'll give it to you later.
Okay.
One of you, I was going to get two, but it was raining.
Okay. I'm just gonna say quickly.
Yeah.
He don't cook.
Well, there you go. So you got. Do you
Boom.
not cook?
Nah, I do cook, man. I cook a mean old El Paso. I've said this before. Like I cook a mean old El Paso fajitas. I cook a mean beans on toast. Like I can cook, bro.
I'm boiled egg as well. You're good at I heard.
Like eggs too tough still. So
I'll tell you what I'll do in a bit. I'll get the book and I'll ask you both a question, and whoever gets it, gets the book. Is that fair?
Yeah,
that's fair. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
A cookery question.
Yeah. Home economics here. I make a mean pineapple crumble.
They don't call it that no more, do they?
Nah.
They don't.
Nah, they
call it
don't.
something else.
Food ed or something like that.
Yeah.
Or food science or something. I don't know.
Something different.
Food science. Okay. Right, I want to, because I've seen this now, because obviously Rowan's done all the research, but I noticed that you actually toured with Naughty by Nature, Public Enemy, Maxi Priest, Mika Paris, and Blue. Just to say a few. Just to say a few.
You know where Blue was? Blue was actually in Millennium Square. Orange they used to have this orange party in the square.
Yeah.
And there was Blue, Oxide and Neutrino at the time when I think it was Galaxy Radio and all those lot. Yeah. And we was all excited to be on the bill because we was all sharing like a changing area with all of them. Oxide and Neutrino and all that because we were into all that. So yeah, but Blue, well.
They were big. They were. They were always on the box. Always.
It was big, man.
Always. Yeah, so have you? You know how did that feel being around those guys there? And did they give you? How did they treat you? You guys coming from obviously Bristol. Well, people don't really recognise Bristol. How did? No, they don't at all.
To be fair, most artists, there's always one or two. There's always one or two that's either like off their head, or not very polite. So I remember talking about Blue and Oxide and Neutrino. I remember we were in the changing area. and Ratchet, I think it was Dan, grabbed a chair, and I don't know if it was Oxide, I don't know which one it was. So he grabbed the chair, and they were both trying to grab the chair, so they had a bit of an issue. So they wasn't very polite, but everyone else was fine. But for us, I always thought it was just a blessing, it's an honour to be able to go on stage because you've got their crowd as well. So you can, you know, people like De La Soul. Naughty by Nature was in Canada when we were there, when we were touring there, and we was on TV, and it was like. But I remember arriving to the TV thinking, look at all this crowd and all that, thinking it was for us. Yeah. And then someone goes, no, Naughty by Nature. But we got to meet them. And Public Enemy were funny. They're always funny to do because they were a bit. Yeah, they were kind of like pretty radical for a hip hop act. Yeah. So if you had a queue of kids trying to get an autograph, and there was like 2 black kids at the back of the queue. Yeah. Professor Gray, he would ignore everyone, and he'd pull the two black kids from the back, and he would sign their stuff first and whatever. Yeah. And so that politically, it was an education as well. To play with them. Yeah. Definitely.
I remember doing security for Public Enemy at Dimensions. Wow. And I was actually asked to be their private security from the room where they were chilling to go into the stage. And they had their own security guys, and these security guys were carrying like these samurai sword things. And there's me with nothing but my Nokia 3210. And I was thinking, whoa, like, if it kicks off in here, it's going to really kick off. Yeah. Who let these guys in with these blades? Wow. Absolute nuts. Like.
Some of them, in America, the Naughty by Nature, like, the security had guns. And like, you're thinking, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's absolute nuts. Like, walking them up to nobody. These guys were like proper army guys. Probably ex-Black Panthers.
Keep them safe.
Yeah.
All right. So, of all the tours you went on, where did you get the most groupie love? Like, tell us a groupie story. You must have a groupie story.
I have no groupie stories, right there.
Oh yeah. Look, salute to the wives. But those days, were you married then as well?
No.
Oh, so you were young, free, and single, yeah?
Yeah.
So you had a good time.
But you have.
Yeah, his mind on the music.
Like anything, innit? You have parties, but the thing is with us lot, you go to parties. Yeah. So we filmed a music video in Prague. But the thing was, we were a bit, I suppose we were strict. You know, like a football manager that says, right, you're on tour, you're playing these games, you can't do this and you can't. That's what we were like. And there was only 1 or 2 people that would break the rules. So like MC Mikey Freedom, he was on tour with us in Europe, in Holland somewhere. Yeah. And we said to him, right, everyone's going to bed, we've got to do this tomorrow, radio interview, we're playing this big place with MTV tomorrow. So guess what he does? He goes out on his own, he goes to the nightclub that we're supposed to be playing in the following night. He said, I'm Mikey Freedom. They said, could you perform your song? So he said, I want to give you devotion, taking it down, Mike, and all that. Do you remember this? And then, do you know what he got paid? Like 2 pints of Holston or something. And then they cancelled him the following night. Because he did it for free that night. Do you remember that, Mikey?
Oh, no. Okay.
So we were pretty strict. So, but of course, you would meet people and you make, but more often it was friends because I think it's important when you're in a band or you're a sporting person or whatever, and you've got people chasing around. They do it. You could be anyone. Yeah. If you're on stage, you could be anyone. They don't need to know you. And so sometimes people take advantage, don't they? Do you know what I mean? So for us, you have a laugh and you meet people, but not. Really, no, it wasn't bad.
Wasn't bad at all. I've been out with a lot of people that take full advantage. Like they go past the border when.
But that's a downfall, though.
Yeah,
sometimes
and it doesn't make any sense. We've been out with I'm not going to say his name. But we've been out and they're signed to a record label. I can't. I'm so tempted to say his name.
I've done Freedom. Tell me the name.
Just say the first name.
He's still big in the game. I can't because he's still big in the game. And they would have
one of his names.
There's so many. No,
but just one. Sing a bit.
Anyway, right? They would order all this alcohol, and then they would obviously their friends and stuff would be in the thing, and they just they'll drink all the alcohol and just get absolutely plastered, and there'll be camera people outside taking pictures of everything. Yeah, paparazzi outside taking pictures of things that happen, and people kicking off and going on, and that's a prime example of people taking liberties of what they're getting for free and that. So I wish, they would have heard this story from Mikey Freedom, because they wouldn't have been in the situation they were in.
But you know what the big difference is as well? Is that if you're signed to a label, it doesn't matter, you get paid anyway.
Yeah.
For us, it was our label.
Yeah.
So I would say to Ira, listen, the whole point is to sell. In them days, it was records,
Yeah.
and CDs and tapes.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, hey, how are you? And have a chat, maybe even have a drink at the bar.
Yeah.
And then you're gone.
Yeah.
Even if you've got nowhere to go to, you'd say, we got to go now, we got to catch a train or catch a flight.
Yeah.
You might end up all going back to your hotel.
Yeah.
But then the point was that all those fans, they were there the next day, they would go into wherever it was and buy the music. And that was the whole point of gigging and touring, was to sell the
Promoting,
music,
yeah.
if you see what I mean. So in a way, it don't pay to have groupies and all that stuff if you're running your own label, you know.
Basically, it sounds like you always had your eye on the business. Like you took care of business, basically.
Yeah. And the boys as well. So for us, Rodsy, Spike, all those, they're still around today. So kind of, best man at the wedding, I call them my brothers. So we always had each other's backs. So no matter who came in, what different artists came into our crew to tour, there was always a little group of us that knew that we had each other's backs, and we'd look after business, and that was the way it was, really. It probably still is now in whatever we do.
Okay. Warren?
I got asked this by somebody you probably know very well. He wanted me to ask who was the toughest footballer you've ever played against. This guy.
Was not Max. Do you know what? It's probably Bungie.
Ah, okay, yeah, Bungie. Yeah.
He's a hard footballer.
Yeah, I used to play with Bungie as
so
well.
you know how he goes in, don't you?
Yeah. He goes in full force.
And he's like that in business as well,
Yeah.
There's the money for my CDs. All right, Bungie, here it is. So,
Okay.
Amy's joined. All right, Amy? Yeah, Bungie probably, I would say.
Bungie. Sorry, Magsy, it wasn't you. I don't know if he was asking that to get some recognition for him, because Magsy does talk about when he used to play football quite a lot.
Yeah, but
Was he good?
he makes a lot of it up, to be fair. Like Rose,
in the comments, like,
Magsy.
the glasses and stuff. I got love for Magsy, but to be fair, I didn't really know him. I didn't know him then when he was supposed to be like Premier League football and that.
Yeah, he was at Southampton. He was at Southampton and he got injured, I think.
Yeah, less said about being at Southampton, the better.
Wow.
Yes.
Well, look, moving on. The Elevation Group.
He's done his research.
He's got
Wow.
it's endless.
Professional out there.
Okay,
like,
no,
do you know what I mean? I'm
sorry.
trying to do this. But yeah, so does the Elevation Group still exist?
No.
Right. Okay.
So the way that ran, we were still in the music business, and there was a guy, a mate of mine, John Stokes. He's probably watching now, and he was a foster carer, and he had this kid that he just kept nicking cars, basically. Okay. So back in the day, I think it was Avon County Council Social Services, and he just kept nicking cars. And so John said, "Can you lot?" He loves all the Freshblood Crew. He wants to meet you. So we met him, and we said, what are you into? He was into mixing. Yeah. So me and Rodsy taught this kid to mix. And probably no joke, within a week, John got him some decks. It wasn't Technics, it was like Citronics. There was like the cheaper version. So he got these decks. Within a week, he was in his bedroom making tapes, like making mixtapes. Yeah. And he was still getting girls. He was like selling the tapes, giving them out and whatever. And he stopped nicking cars. Yeah. And like from 3, 4, 5 months afterwards, he hadn't nicked a car, and I remember speaking to the police, and I go, "What have you done? What have you done to this kid?" Car crime's gone down, and literally that's how it was. Right. And it got us thinking, using music at the time, and sometimes sport and whatever, was a wicked. And we were just normal people. We weren't social workers. Yeah. And we didn't take them to McDonald's and buy them trainers and stuff. We were just real with them. Yeah. And so over a period of time, we ended up, people kept saying, "Can you work with this kid? Can you work with this kid?" And then I thought, well, yeah, but you need to pay us.
Yeah.
So it went probably within about 12 months from just me and Rodsy doing music training to an organisation that had some small children's homes. Yeah, and it went over for a few years, and we ended up placing kids, having kids from all over the country being placed with us. And we were still using music and sport and art and using our contacts to kind of like work with these kids.
Yeah.
And it was pretty successful.
Do they still do that kind of thing now? Because I don't really see, I don't see many. I know one of my friends, Mark Sterling, he does a lot of the like mentoring with the children, showing them, ask them what their interests are, and goes out and tries to get them into the work kind of placement to learn about what their interests are.
Yeah.
But I do see a lot of children, not children, but teenagers, just hanging around.
I'm giggling at Magsy's comments, but I'm listening to you.
Yeah, it's all right. But there are still a lot of teenagers that need that kind of mentor to help them through what they're interested in. I think we're just losing a generation at the moment. So
I think we are, and the thing is with us, what we would do nowadays, if you took any kid, they've all been in a recording studio. Everyone's been in a recording studio. I think that our kids, sometimes we give them too much without. You've got to have a balanced approach. So you've got to have discipline. So with us, we would do music and sport and art. But if the kids was messing about, they ain't doing it. You're not going there. I'm not taking you to the City game, which some people might think is a punishment anyway, or Rovers game or whatever. I never said that. I'm a Derby sport. So now that I think that there's a lot of opportunities. There's more opportunities than ever. But I don't think there's enough people, because of social service and the way they are, that actually, and I'm not on about hitting kids, I'm just on about discipline, consequences, that actually, do you know what? If you do that, you ain't having that. I'm not just going to give it to you. And so for us, that was our way. It was kind of like, and we had, with an organisation, we had one of the best records in the country for some of the most difficult kids, only because we had good relationship with them. So it could be you or you working with them. And they got on with us. So the reason they behaved is because they wanted to continue getting on with us. And that's why it was so successful. To be honest.
So you dealt with them on a level that that they can connect with and you can respect. Okay.
Yeah, because this is going to sound really bad to a few people that are out there. I'm going to say it, I don't care. But I see a lot of like social workers now, and they are too soft. And I don't think sometimes it's not about the child or the teenager or the person they're working with. It's just about what they're getting paid at the end of the month, which for me ain't right at all.
I agree, and it's hard. There's some good social workers out. Right?
Really good.
And there are some terrible ones. And there's some terrible managers at the end of the day. But it's really difficult there. Because if you're the council, you've got to make sure that you're like a corporate parent, so you've got to make sure these kids are safe. But the problem is that you can't do anything. You can't even, if you're not eating your tea, you can't say you're not having it. When I was little, it would just come back up for breakfast, out the fridge or whatever you're having. Can you imagine doing that? That's abuse. So there's a lot of stuff you can't do, and is understandable. But we have got a problem with our youngest, definitely. Some of them, not all of them.
Definitely. Got some good feedback in the comments. Of Kim Strange says, "You're awesome too, Pat. You helped out my brothers and worked with them."
Hey, all right, Kimmy.
Cool. Magsy saying that he was never touched at Southampton. I don't know if there's anyone who can vouch for that. But salutes to Magsy anyway, because he's fighting his corner, innit? I think that's the best. You know what I mean? Just defend your corner, innit? That's all you could do. He's one of the cleverest.
Honestly, he's one of the best broadcasters I know. I told him that the other day.
Nothing but love for Magsy.
Definitely, I'd say that.
Although he keeps on trying to set me up with these flipping sports things to go and try out for all these sports people that come on.
You need to do that.
Yo, did you know that Kabaddi still comes on TV?
Shut up.
Kabaddi comes on and is on Sky. My nephew was showing me yesterday, bro. Kabaddi. Do you remember that?
Kabaddi.
It used to come on like when I was like 10 or something.
On Channel 4.
Channel 4 no, Saturday morning.
Before Italia night. Football Italia.
Bro, it still comes on.
I'm going to watch it.
You know what?
Did you just collect the stickers?
Yeah.
Everybody. But you know what? Kabaddi these days, bro, it's different. They got proper strips and all sorts. Like, they got like, it looks like a football kit. Like, it's proper, bro. It's like,
It's no joke, that
money
game.
in
We used to play kabaddi in primary school.
Bro, I watch it. I cannot understand the rules, to be honest with you. I don't understand how it works.
It's like it's kind of like bulldog, but you got to hold your breath in the box, and people can't touch you. They got to try and touch you, like, and grab you. It's like bulldog, but kind of a softer version.
But Magsy never played that in Southampton because he was never touched. See, that's a good one.
You definitely did.
Oh, Magsy's taking shots.
All right, so fast forward, man. 2011, you joined BCfm, credited for being one of the people who definitely turned around the situation. I don't know if it was a bad situation, but tell us about how you ended up joining the BCfm team.
Okay, so in 2009 I got married.
Okay.
But 2009 as well, my mum was involved in this accident, and 6 months later she passed. And for me, anyone who knows me, I've always been so close. I got my pops with me still. He lives with me.
Okay.
He's 87.
Oh.
So I know you're going to watch this later. He's probably watching it now.
Salute.
So when she went, it mashed me up basically.
Yeah.
And I had elevation then. And so over, I don't know, maybe 8 months, kind of wound it down. I said, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And I didn't work for about a year. I was just chilling out, wasting money that I saved away.
Yeah.
But I didn't do anything. And you know when people talk about mental health and stuff like that, and people go, oh yeah, she had a breakdown and all that. And I thought that was what was happening to me.
Okay.
And I was always a strong one. Everyone would go, oh, I'll go to Pat. If there's a problem, I'll go to Pat. And then when you lose someone, and anybody who's lost someone will kind of know, you think, you know what, how it affects you in different ways. It's like when you get out of bed in the morning, you put your feet down on the floor, but the floor's not there anymore.
Yeah.
And so I went to the doctor. I said, Doc, listen, I'm feeling kind of depressed. I'm feeling down. I don't know what's going on with me. So she asked me to explain. She said, do you want any tablets? I said, I don't want tablets. I just want to know, am I losing the plot?
Yeah.
She said, no, you're not. She said, I'm actually quite pleased because you know what's going on and you know what's happening to you, and you've come to ask for help. So give it a month and this is what will happen. So that all went on, and then me and Sherry got asked by this guy, this woman, Joanne Schofield, who was part of BCfm, said, could you guys come on board? And I knew a bit about BCfm, and I'd listened to it a little bit. So we went on, and I thought there's some good stuff on there, and there's some really terrible stuff on there.
Okay.
So I ended up within, I think, about a year running it, and we just kind of concentrated on getting the quality, saying, listen, just because it's community don't mean it's got to be crap.
Yeah.
If you want people to listen to it, then they should be able to flick to Heart or Kiss or BCfm or whatever, and it should be quality.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I did, I phoned the guys at Ujima.
Yep.
And said, listen, I've been told that BCfm and Ujima are enemies. And it's ridiculous. We're both community radio stations. So I got this idea. And they were like looking at me thinking, what's the catch? What's the catch? So let's do a breakfast show together.
Yeah.
We'll call it One Love Breakfast. You can have your adverts, we'll have our adverts. A guy called Donald was a station manager at the time. He's not there now, but he was there at the time. And he loved the idea, and they went away, and they said no, first of all. So I said, well, I'm going to kick it off anyway. So we started it in September, and then in December, Ujima joined. And it just went massive. The amount of kind of feedback we were getting. BBC came and made a documentary, and that kind of launched a good partnership for Ujima and BCfm.
Yeah.
But also launched a station, which meant we were getting a lot of good presenters coming that used to be at the BBC. Daily G, who used to be on Vibe and Galaxy, with The Touch.
Yeah.
So all these different people started coming to the station. It's not a perfect relationship between BCfm and Ujima all the time, because sometimes we compete.
Okay.
But generally, it's a happy relationship.
Yeah.
And we just moved on and said, whoever you are, if you've got a disability and you're doing a program, that still don't mean it's got to be crap. You've got to be as good as you can be.
Yeah.
And then we got some dodgy shows like Magsy's show, apart from when you were on it and stuff like that. No, but to be fair, even the sports show is massive.
Yeah.
It's Midweek Sports Bar.
Yeah.
The BBC just completely stole the idea.
Yeah.
Well, we know about that, don't we? Nick Day. They completely pinched the idea. But he started community sport.
Yeah.
Like on the radio, in the sense of, so everyone's doing it now, and that's a good thing. So,
Yeah.
so I like to think that we kind of innovate stuff as well. So the station's gone well. Has won these Sony Gold Awards, which
two
are like,
Sony Gold Awards.
yeah, and they're really like the kind of the FA Cup. There's lots of other little awards that people win, but for radio, that's what it is.
Okay.
So that's made us pleased, and 180 volunteers. So
Wow.
yeah, it's a wicked station, and we've just moved to Easton Community Centre. We just put new studios in there.
Oh, because you were in the Beacon Centre, right?
Yeah, we were,
Yeah.
but it got a bit expensive. Won't say anymore. So yeah, so we moved. So we're happy. So the station is awesome, and the breakfast show is kind of, for us, it's an important show because it kind of, it campaigns about things that other people don't bother talking about.
Okay.
Which is important to me as well.
Yeah. Big.
And also the ploughs next across the road. So.
The ploughs across the road.
I was speaking to Nitro, right, who does his show, and I said to him, bruv, I better not be driving past and see people handing drinks
Through the window.
It's going to happen, isn't it?
I don't think they can. I don't think they can get through the bars.
No, they can't.
We haven't tried.
No, we tried it when we were decorating it already. You can.
Yeah, that's what happened.
We haven't tried.
I'll lock them. But it's all good. So yeah, we're happy. We're happy with BCfm.
Good. So one love breakfast. What time is it? Is it 6 till?
7 till. A playlist starts at 6:30, but 7 till 10.
Okay.
Every weekday morning.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, tune in if you haven't already. Definitely get on board with that. And then you got so much things, and made in Bristol.
Yeah.
Made in Bristol TV on.
Yeah, you can go for it, bud. You can go for it.
It's a show called the Asian
Carribean
Caribbean.
Cooking Show.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Talk to us about that. It's a bit of a mouthful.
Well, all that happened is that anyone that knows my other half, which is more people that know her than me, she's been a broadcaster for 25 years, right?
Yeah.
So she started on ITV and whatever. And so when we got married, we used to like fight in the kitchen a little bit about, I would say, listen, put this spice in. It's what my mum taught me. She would like cook her way. And her mum, Rita, is an amazing cook. And she's the same. When they're cooking, they don't let nobody in the kitchen. So I'm going in there messing about putting this in. So we said, look, let's just make a Caribbean Christmas dinner one day, or one Christmas. We said, that's how we'll make it.
Yeah.
And then we shot this little YouTube thing, just at 20 minutes, I think. And then someone, who was it? The guy from Made, Chris James, who ran Made at the time, saw it. He said, can I show it? And I said, no, the mic's on there, don't work.
Yeah.
I said, you can't show it.
We've been there.
So he said, can you make one for us? So we made one, and then one became 2, became 3. And then the first series was, I think, 14 episodes.
Wow.
And then they phoned me or Sherry one day, I think it was Sherry, sent me a text and said, look at the ratings. And what? So they showed it around the country. And normally on most channels, the news is the highest viewed thingy.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on here? There's like 300,000 people watch this, there's 1.2 million. And I go in, Sherry, they got it wrong. Why would they watch us? Because even though I enjoyed it, it was a show. It was me and her messing about, her trying to hit me because I was being stupid. And we did, the food was nice.
Sounds like me and him.
Yeah. And so I couldn't get why it became popular. And then we've done 3 series. Yeah. And we've just signed about 4 weeks ago for Netflix to do.
Oh, flipping heck.
By the end of the year. So we're kind of like
that is
excited.
That's all I do, Pat.
It would have been nice if it came with a big check, but it don't quite work like that. But
that's all I do.
What a platform, though.
No, it is.
What a platform.
I watch. Do you know what? That's all. Well, I'm not to say that's all we do, but me and my wife, we watch cook programs on Netflix.
Wow.
All the time.
Okay.
Oh,
so you'll have to watch a new series.
Can't wait.
Nah,
can't wait.
I watched Power on Netflix. That's it, and now it's gone. What are we gonna do?
I know, like I was thinking that the other day, like I woke up on Sunday and there was just nothing to look forward to. Normally on Sundays I'm watching Power, but
I'm just thinking why not a little. Oh, I can't stand.
Listen, I was gonna stop watching it when the little girl got shot, right? And that was. Sorry, I hope everyone's caught up.
Yeah.
If they haven't, it's their problem.
But you know what? I thought I can't watch this no more. That was too far. To me, that was too far. But then I'm thinking, 50 Cent, innit?
Yeah.
It's to do with him.
Yeah, exactly.
All out, man. All out.
Would
But
you have
that's
been
got
Would
me.
you have been happier if the other person had been shot who was there?
No, because it's kids, innit? And any of us that, do you know what I mean, who's got kids, it doesn't matter what you're watching, you're thinking, you don't want the kids to pay, do you?
Nah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
but even, I was hoping, by the next episode, I was thinking, she's all right. She's going to be fine. You know, like the one
Yeah.
in EastEnders gets shot and whatever, he's fine.
Yeah.
You know, the one from, I can't remember his
What's
name.
what shot in East-
Yeah.
I don't even watch EastEnders, so I'm not.
Yeah, he's all right, he's in hospital.
Yeah.
Like, proper shot, like,
fine.
from close distance, he's all
Point
right.
point blank range.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Sorry, I changed the subject.
Yeah, but nah.
But
really,
she's
really
not.
cool for him. She didn't make it. She didn't make it.
She's alright. She's
I
alright.
can't believe the abuse that I'm getting.
From Magsy.
Magsy.
I thought Magsy wanted something then when he put that.
The thing
And
is,
then he
Maxie,
said,
if you saw the last time that I played, you see me flying down a wing. Yeah. Yeah. And what do you do? Oh, twist me knee. Yeah. You couldn't even run, mate.
Yo, Magsy, they're killing you here. Thing is, really, it's
I'm not doing anything.
in the comments section.
But you-
you got to show and prove, really, Magsy. We need you to just show, and it's time for action now. So I don't know, when's the next game? When's the next game, lads? Isn't it? Let's get this sorted out so you lot can all get on a football pitch and Magsy can show.
Do you know, we should have some games. We should get a little team together and we should regularly play. You know, like the little
Yeah.
tournament things.
Yeah, I'll be up for that.
Magsy
won't
celebrity
though.
one. Yeah, we could do that. We could get a couple of people.
Magsy won't.
Mags, would you play? Yeah. You play?
Oh no. Yeah, I can play football. Yeah, I can play football. I'm better than Barnett, that's for sure.
Flipping
Much
it.
better.
Whatever.
You know, Barnett's like default because he's just big. That's just his skill. You know, like when you look at your team and like, what's this? He's the big guy.
I'm the guy that uses what I've got to the best of my ability, and
That's
that's
what we all do.
that.
So who would you liken yourself to?
Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Like that.
No, that's what
come
everyone
on.
says.
That is no way. Come on, bro.
Seriously,
Be
yeah.
realistic. Be realistic.
I swear down, I'm called Zlats. That's short for Zlatadinho because I'm like Zlatan Ibrahimovic and Ronaldinho put together. It's deceiving.
It's deceiving.
It's so deceiving, yeah.
Yeah, I think. Look, let's try and get that. Let's try and get that sorted out. We'll try and get some
we should do
football
that.
sorted out, and yeah, we can document it and show it for the viewers, and then everybody can just show what they're made of in it. So we'll do
Do
that.
some little challenges.
I'm happy with
on your
that.
TV program, Mags. See?
Yeah. All right.
Make it happen, Max.
Well, look. Last thing we're gonna do. We're almost coming to the end of the
Wow.
show. We gotta do the getting to know you section.
I'm gonna hide
Barney,
these
you can
questions.
kick this off. You can kick it off. So you've probably seen, but like what we're trying to do is we've got like this regular segment where we just ask people a set of
Why are you
questions.
looking at me like? Yeah, okay.
Nah, because I'm interested to find out what your answers are. And the idea is, don't think about it, just say what's on the top of your head. Yeah?
All right.
And,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So second date, what do? Do you go to the cinema and have a meal, or do you Netflix and chill?
I'm old-fashioned cinema. Have a meal.
Nice. Okay. Even though your new series is going to be on Netflix. The deal's already signed, isn't it?
Yeah.
The deal's already signed.
But if you was really Netflixing and chilling, then you wouldn't really be watching anything.
That's true.
So,
That's true. I see
Yeah.
the memes. Okay. So you win a brand new car. What color are you choosing?
Black.
Black. Okay.
Black, definitely.
Black rims as well.
No.
Okay. What is your favourite book?
The quick, but chuck it over, Court. The Carribean Asian Cookery book. Yeah. You'll see it in a minute.
Nah, let's
Yeah, I told a wife that I'd get a plug in for it. I got to get a plug in it for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's my favourite book right now.
Can you see that?
That's a nice plug. Yeah, they got that. That's cool. Good plug. All right.
Now, hang on, you can't have it yet.
Now
I've
you
got a
can't look
question,
for the answer. eh?
That's right.
Uh,
All right. So what is? Are you ready? You've got to shout the answer first. What is callaloo?
Kale.
He gets it.
I'm trying to see what separate from the boy sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You gotta separate the big
Why did I
dogs,
say kale?
I don't
big
know.
dogs.
It's kind
It
of
tastes like kale.
Sorry.
That's all right. That's
Sorry.
fine. That's what, he needs it though. He needs it.
What are you talking about? Look,
He
shout out
needs
to
it.
everyone in the comments as well. Shout out to Shirley because she sampled the chicken wings and she know that they were pecan. So yeah, I'm gonna thank you for this, bro.
What, the ones from Slicks?
But hold on.
Yeah.
This guy's a hater, yo. Where can people buy this?
Anywhere, I think, online, all the main book stops. I think Foyles and whatever has got it in in town. You
It's
get
in
on
Waterstones, isn't it?
Amazon, Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, it's in Waterstones.
Yeah, don't buy it in Waterstones. They charge too much.
The Carribean Asian Cooking book, peeps.
Sorry.
Check it out. Check it out. Check it out.
What music do you currently recommend people check out now?
I got to say, Kilais. Yeah, Kilais is current mixtape. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, shout out to. I want to check that out actually. So
No, you
yeah.
should.
Yeah, I haven't really heard much of his material, but I know that he's been active for a while, so I'm going to check it out. Big up to Khalid.
Yeah.
Big up to Khalid. Okay. I think this is a good question for you because of what you do. But what's the one thing you never eat?
I watched you say this to Clayboy, and you know when you're watching, you think, I know what I'm saying, but I can't say that on a TV.
Say it, man. Say it.
Yeah.
Say it. Say it.
Do you know what? Food-wise, I'm trying to think of some of that. I wouldn't eat food-wise.
Do you like shellfish, like oysters and stuff?
Yeah, I would try anything. I think the only thing that I probably wouldn't eat, because they made me have it when I was little, was rabbit. Probably I just didn't like that idea of eating a rabbit. I don't know why.
You've obviously watched Watership Down as well.
Sad, isn't it? Bright eyes.
Yeah. Burning like fire.
Fire.
Okay, trapped on a desert island
Yeah.
with all the food you could ever need
Yeah.
and drink. Not alcohol though. What's the one extra thing you couldn't live without?
Oh, it's got to be a thing. It can't be a person or people.
Oh no, you can no,
Oh,
because you're there by yourself. You have to be there by yourself,
I think I'm gonna go with what. Claire
and it
was
can't
saying.
be a cardboard cutout
No, I
either.
think it would be. Well, two things. It would be pen and paper. I think definitely. Yeah.
That was quite a big answer that from Clayboy. I weren't expecting that from him.
Yeah, but that was a good answer as well.
Yeah, it was good,
Yeah.
very good.
Yeah.
Just in case he dies on an island, he's got something there left for people to read.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, this is one of my favourite questions as well.
Go on then.
Brown or pink?
Well, when we used to ask that question, it would certainly be pink. Depending on what you mean by pink or brown or pink. Pink for me, please.
Okay. You know that question is open for interpretation. So whatever you want it to mean is what it can mean. So you're going pink, yeah? All right,
Yeah,
cool.
I think Clayboy said brown, didn't he?
I know, and I was
Yeah.
giggling. I think I spat my drink out.
Oh dear. Vodka or champagne?
Man, I don't like champagne, so it'd probably be vodka because it don't really taste of nothing, does it? So you put
Nah,
orange or
it's
something.
good. There's a good Polish vodka. It's a bison vodka. It's got a nice grain of bison grass in it. That's the best vodka I've ever tasted, ever.
Yeah, I need to. You talk about that. I need to
All
get
the
a bottle of
time.
that, bro.
All
maybe
the time.
For the GGG fight, maybe we link up and we get a bottle of that.
Yeah,
something like that.
that's
Okay.
good. We'll get Pat one as well.
Yeah.
I'm up for that.
All right, Beyonce or Taylor Swift? That's a bit stupid. We got to change that one.
Yeah, you have, haven't you?
Depending
Beyonce.
on what you say.
Obviously Beyonce, isn't it? Obviously.
It should be Beyonce or Solange.
Nah, you can't put sisters against each other.
Yes, you can.
Nah, it's got to be
Yes,
like
you can.
all right.
But Beyonce or Janet Jackson back in the day?
Ooh.
Janet Jackson.
You win 10 million on the lottery. What's the first thing you're gonna buy?
Oh man, I got to do a quick one, innit? Right now, travel insurance on my pops. You know they're trying to charge £1,000 for my pops to go to Dominica Travel Insurance.
They try.
£1,000?
Yeah, so it
Stupid.
would be travel insurance, and I pay £5,000 for superstar travel insurance for him.
Wow.
Yeah, that would be it.
Okay, New York or Dubai?
New York, I think. Yeah,
I love New York.
Big Apple.
yeah. Had my
Okay.
honeymoon in New York.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I love New York. Cheesecake. Do you ever go to Junior's? Best cheesecake in the world.
No.
Best. Okay, give one example of taking things too far.
The only thing, sorry, I'm political, taking things too far, you'd have to just, well, one example would be Donald Trump, I think.
I think that's a very good example.
Donald Trump travel ban.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm a bit worried, to tell the truth, because I'm going to America soon, and I can't shave my beard for image rights, and I think I'm gonna get harassed over there.
Yeah, but think of me,
Big
born
time.
in Kuwait. looking at my passport. Thinking,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I remember when me and Sharon went, and it was like, and when we came back from Dominica the last time, we had to stop in America. Was it JFK? I think.
Yeah.
It was like,
Give you a hard time.
no, they didn't. But I was thinking he's going to look at the passport and say
Yeah,
QA,
yeah.
born in QA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not America. It's just some politicians. American people are cool. It's just, but I haven't got really any desire to go there majorly. I didn't think. Not now.
Okay. All right. When was the last time you were chased by a dog, Pat?
Why do you always laugh at this?
I just find it's just funny. It's a funny question.
He was in Spain maybe about 5 or 6 years ago, and it was proper scary. It was proper scary. So, because it was like I'm trying to think the equivalent in England, maybe somewhere like quite around Whitchurch or something. But so it was like, it was horrible. There was 3 dogs.
What?
And I used to wonder why. No, there's wild dogs though, isn't it, around that area? And I used to wonder why a lot of the locals walk around with sticks. I think they're aggressive people, aren't they? And it's because of the dogs. And I was chased by dogs, and I'm not joking. I was trying to think what was worse, being chased by skinheads when I was little in Longwood Green, right?
Yeah.
Getting off the bus, or the dogs, and I'm not sure. I think it's probably the dogs, actually, to be fair.
Flipping it.
Yeah, it was then. And
See,
I
that's-
actually had to climb. I had to climb over the fence in. I remember cutting my leg and everything.
See, those are times when you want Magsy with you.
Yes.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
he's got
My knee,
protection.
gone down, and the dogs will
And then
deal
the
with
dogs
him,
jump on
and you're
Max.
gone. Flipping it.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it was scary.
If you had £1,000 to invest, what would you use it for?
I would use it in maybe putting an album together for a Bristol artist or something like that. I would do. I think. Yeah.
Okay. Decent. Selfless. Very selfless.
Very,
Yeah.
very much so.
All right. Well, that concludes the getting to know you section of the show. Yeah, I think you did well, actually. I think you put forward a good representation of yourself. Decent fella.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Magsy told me lies. All lies.
Lies.
What did Magsy say?
Magsy didn't say nothing at all. Didn't tell me anything at all. I asked him for a few questions, but he gave me nothing, so...
If he comes on, I'm going to give a few, so I'm going to sit at home.
Yeah, Magsy will be on.
Yeah,
he'll
Magsy, you're
be
coming
on.
on soon.
He'll be
We're
on.
gonna sort it out.
We've got to sort out some dates.
Yeah. We'll sort it out.
You need to get Reese on. Have you had him on, Marvin? You need to get the mayor on.
Yeah,
Marvin.
we haven't
Marvin.
had Marvin on, actually.
Come on. You enjoy it.
He'd be welcome. He'd be welcome
Come
here
on.
to talk to our viewers and to talk to us about what's going on. Definitely, man. Definitely. That would be good. All right. Well, look, thank you very much for joining us this week, Pat.
Thank you, gentlemen. I'm honoured to be invited. So I've been watching. See now you've been making me watch all these. I've watched quite a few just to see what might be in store.
It's not as bad as what people think. I think people think that we're going to basically grill them and stuff. It's not. We just want to know about you and let our audience know about people that we have on, kind of promote them a little bit. So, yeah.
And you boys going to come on a breakfast show then, yeah?
Yeah,
You
we
have
can
to. Like
arrange
get up
that.
early. You've got to bring food and stuff as well.
Well, now I got this cookbook.
Yeah, so you
I'll
can
be
bring
bringing.
some
I'll be
food.
bringing something original and righteous. So yeah, man, I'm down with that. Thank you, bro.
I'm going to definitely see about some insurance if I'm going to be eating your food.
That'd be cool, man.
For
I've
sure.
got to say hello to India as well, and Shalina, Solomon, Summer, and my pops and Cher as well. I've got to say hello, otherwise
Hello from
I'll
us.
get beat when I get home.
Big up to the family. All right. Well, look, folks, man. I hope you've enjoyed this week's show. Thank you to everybody who's tuned in. If you haven't already, please share the show so people can tune in and watch it back. Thanks to everybody who's been in the comment section. Big up to Magsy because you've been definitely funny this show. I want to say salute
show.
to my wife as well for basically saying I can't cook when obviously I can and I'm going to cook
Yeah,
even
show
better
her.
now.
Sash, we know the truth.
Oh, you better say hello to Courtney. We won't talk to me on the way in.
Now, big up to Courtney as well. So
Big up Courtney in the corner.
Courtney Henry.
Yeah, big up to Courtney. So yeah, man, from me guys, I hope everybody has a good week. And I'm gonna hand you over to my big broski.
First of all, I want to big up and shout out our sponsored Word Life, also Golden Walk, Create, Supertonic, Plug King. Have I missed out anyone? And Ambition Fitness for getting those buns in shape and those fats.
Yeah,
Anyway, to me, is this on?
Yeah.
All right. Yo, when you see me walking down the street, probably with a hood on because it's quite windy around here at the moment, and I'm looking down on the floor, I'm just thinking, why did Mickey Freedom get paid 2 pints of Pilsners for performing in a club?
And it's like that. Positive energy. Calm, positive, calm. Yeah. The girls see me, might sound hard than a trap, but I ain't gonna talk no gibberish. I'll talk facts about how we've all been lied to, but we don't care about that. Constant distractions, all setbacks with iPhones and iPads, all that crap. Can't get rid of it, even though at times I'm a hypocrite, struggling, but I never tell myself I'm gonna quit. League of my own, I'm hardly seen around, and that goes. Third eyes open like nobody knows I'm crazy. To most people don't know, so I speak my mind, cause that's what I chose. When I talk real talk, then I explode, cause I got a lot to say, cause I know not just that, the feelings inside most. Like, it's positive energy. I'm about that positive energy. I know that positive energy, that's what I'm bringing, and that's what I meant to be. It's all about positive energy. Yeah, positive energy. Yeah, positive energy, that's what I'm on, and that's what I meant to be.